Okay, let's do a quick tour of the syllabus. Over here on the left, you see a link to the syllabus. You click that, you get this syllabus page that has our quick tour here. And again, magic, the video is already there, but yet I'm doing it right now. So, math3003 syllabus, just click here. It'll open in either a new window or a new tab. Mine's set to open in a new tab. Here, we'll make that a little bigger. And so this is our syllabus for spring 2021. Basic information there. My contact information, office hours by appointment. Please do that. We can meet in person at my office. If you get 117. Actually, that's funny. My office location isn't here, but it is back here. Let's go here, my instructor. So if you click that, there's my office location. Again, office hours by appointment, that same contact information. Okay, so you can see me in person. You can send me an email. There's my office phone, but that's probably the worst way to try to get a hold of me. Email's the best, and we can set up a Google Meets meeting. We can just converse through email, all sorts of things. So definitely do not be a stranger. Please contact me with any questions, and keep those questions coming, because we only meet one day a week. So here's our catalog and description, and our required textbook, and that is Elementary Linear Algebra. It's open source. You click this, it'll take you there, but also again, if we go back here to my textbook, we have the textbook here. And a quick tour of your textbook. Well, that's the wrong textbook there. You can see how I make that magic work. I haven't made that yet. But you know, if I click here, it takes me to the textbook, and my suggestion is then you download this textbook to your computer, your phone, whatever, you know, wherever you're going to find it handiest to have in multiple places. And so we have the textbook there, and we'll just kind of go through the textbook, do problems out of the textbook, and so forth. So let me go back to the syllabus. So that's our textbook. We have our course objectives. Basically, they say we'd like you to learn something, and our student learning outcomes, again, they pretty much say we'd like you to learn something. And here's what you care about. Required assignments, okay, homework, that'll be 10%, quizzes, that'll be 10%, exams 30 to 40%, projects 20 to 30%, and final exam 20%. Now the reason the exams and projects have a gap here, or an interval, is that between the two they will be worth 60%. But I'm not sure how much each. Not all the projects are written, and therefore if I can't get them all written, they will be worth less, and exams will be worth more. If we can get them all written, or most of them written, then they will be worth more, but the two together will be 60%. Now, what are those things? So homework, that'll pretty much just come from the textbook. Once in a while I may give something that's not in the text, but for the most part it comes from the textbook. Now let's look at that. You'll be turning that in. Somewhere I have the textbook again here to a problem page. So here's the first set of problems in section 1.6, and you know, which of the following matrices of rationals is in reduced row echelon form? And okay, great. Look, answers. A, E, and G. Those are the ones. The others are not. Okay, look at number 2. Find the reduced row echelon form of these. Answers. Right there. Right in the text. Okay, you don't have to look in the back of the book. They are all there. It's not just odd problems, right? Answers. Now, not quite everything has answers, but almost everything has answers. And so the point is not for you to turn in something like, oh, number one, A, E, and G. That is absolutely not the point. You know, that does you no good. It's not about writing down the answer. It's how you get to the answer, how you justify the answer. And I think in some ways what's nice about this text is it just throws it right out there at you. Hey, we'll tell you what you need to get to. How do you get to it, and how do you justify that you are correct? Okay, so that's the point, okay, on the homework. Let's get back to where we were. Okay, so quizzes. We'll have a quiz approximately every other week. We'll alternate quizzes with projects. So quizzes, you'll get, this says multiple attempts, you'll get two tries on the quizzes. So you'll turn in one quiz. Now, pretty much everything when it's due on a Sunday night. So you'll have a homework due Sunday night, you'll have a quiz due Sunday night. Again, you know, so I'm not gonna, on the homework, all the answers are there. It's about justifying the answers. I am not going to correct your homework, give it back to you in time for you to use that on the quiz. Again, the point is we only meet one day a week. You need to ask me questions and make sure you know what you're doing. Okay? It's about you. I can do these problems all day long. You need to do these problems, and you need to develop the confidence that you are correct. And you don't develop that confidence simply by turning in something like A, E, and G. You develop that confidence by making sure you know why an answer is justified, and if you don't, you ask questions right away, and you ask where you got stumped. You know, it's not, well, how do you do whatever? You look at where did you get stumped. Now, you might have gotten stumped right at the beginning, but then you know that. So a lot of this falls on you. You know, you're in an advanced math class. You have to develop those habits to succeed in an advanced math class. So, you know, the quizzes are due at the same time as the homework. So, of course, the idea is you'll do the homework, get it done. Now, the last chance in class you have to ask about the homework is on Wednesday, and then this is due on that following Sunday. Okay, so there's a lot of responsibility on you to learn the material, but that's the way it should be. Okay, I can set things out, I can try to explain what's going on with things, but it's up to you to actually learn it. I don't get to learn it for you. I already know it, or at least most of it. And, you know, so it becomes your job to learn it. And so you'll have to work that out. Exams, we'll probably have 3 right now. That's on the schedule. And the projects, again, they're probably going to be about every other week. So we'll alternate most weeks with quizzes and projects. So this first week, you'll have a quiz. In 2 weeks, you'll have a project due on Sunday night, but not a quiz. So they'll alternate. And then the final exam. And you know, how do I do the grade? Well, I take the weighted averages and of the scores, and pretty much just do a 90, 80, 70, 60. So an A is a 90, B is a 80, and C is a 70. D is a 60, and below 60 is an F, because we don't have E's or anything like that, right? So that's kind of how the scores go, and we've got the minuses and pluses and all that. Now, so as you look at this, we have week 1, week 2, week 3. We've got 16 weeks in the semester. The last week, the 16th week is final exam. And this has approximately how we'll do things. Now notice it says week 5 is exam 1. Well, we aren't going to take the whole week to do that, but we only meet once during the week, and so it just seemed reasonable to kind of set things up this way. These are approximate, and you know, gives us a pretty good idea what's going on. But it, you know, will be the case that we'll have problems due over chapter 1 at the end of week 1. We'll have problems due over sections 2.1 through 2.3 and so forth, you know, at the end of each of these weeks. We won't have problems due, you know, this week, and so that also makes sense because we'll have the exam. Okay, and exam 2, we're going to go through about 8 chapters in the text, 3 exams. The last week I call cleanup because I'm not exactly sure, you know, will we do something a little extra? Will we need to kind of clean up, you know, will we be falling behind on our schedule a little bit and need to take care of that? You know, we'll see. So I left a little flexibility in there. And then final exam week, the program education stuff. If you're in education, we have to have that in the syllabus. And then our important dates and the faculty college policies that are in everything. Well, I just put those in a separate file. All courses have that part of the syllabus, so I just put that in a separate file back here. Let me go back to my syllabus. And college-wide policies, they're in that file. And this is our quick tour of the syllabus there. Looks doesn't look so good right now. Okay, and let's see. Oh, on the grades, you know, as you get grades, they will be put into the Blackboard grades thing here, my grades. But don't believe it as an overall grade. If I can, I'm going to take that column out, because from the moment I put a grade in, that column, the overall grade, is wrong. Okay, because I have not set up Blackboard to take into account weights. Remember that, whoops, wrong thing. Remember back here that on the quizzes, you get multiple attempts. Well, you're going to have an upload for each of those. Each one says 10 points, but your grade's only going to take the highest of the 2. And so, given that it only takes the highest of the 2, you know, I'm not going to have that in Blackboard that way. Blackboard will be wrong. And so hopefully I can take that overall column out, so you'll never even see it. You'll only see your individual grades. But if it's still there, don't believe it. Don't believe it, don't believe it. Okay, I tell people that every semester, and at the end of the semester I get questions. Hey, my Blackboard grade says this. Well, of course it says that. It's wrong. Okay, and so that's what I tell you at the beginning, and it never changes. The Blackboard grade is wrong. Okay, so I think that takes care of the syllabus. If you have any questions, again, ask very quickly, ask right away, and we'll get those taken care of. Again, don't be bashful about asking questions.